KUAM TV8, home of the Milan Cortina Olympics. Coverage begins February 6, 2026. KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at matson.com, and McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
Jeju Air is suspending flights to Guam for the first time in 13 years. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with what this means for tourism recovery and how GVB is reacting coming up.
A pillar of the community is honored with the Guam Masters Award, recognized for her lifelong service as its OMT. The story coming up.
Governor Lilian Guerrero has introduced 2 urgent bills to expand her office's emergency authority and fast-track infrastructure projects in Manilao, but senators are hitting pause to take a closer look. I'm Nevaeh Anderson with the details coming up.
Hafid and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Destiny Cruz-Lingus. Thanks for ending your day with us. A brief and tidy meeting in the Guam Congress building on Saturday as Governor Lilian Guerrero called senators into a special session to consider 2 bills, one aimed at expanding her powers in times of emergency and another designed to speed up infrastructure construction in Manilao. Nevaeh Anderson has the details.
Governor Lilian Guerrero set the stage for Saturday's session the day before, sending a letter to Speaker Frank Blas Jr. on August 29th, calling senators to a special session for August 30th. In the letter, she proposed 2 bills, making her case for each. The first bill, known as the Governor's Emergency Powers Act, would give the governor the broader authority to respond quickly to emergencies beyond public health crises. She recalls how her office invoked the Emergency Health Powers Act during the COVID-19 pandemic. While that act addresses public health threats, the governor argues a similar framework could be applied to other urgent situations, including typhoons and infrastructure failures, such as the recent electrical fires at the Guam Memorial Hospital that put patients and staff at risk. If passed, the governor would have the authority to suspend certain rules, shift available funding, and immediately purchase supplies to stabilize water, power, and other lifeline systems. Her second measure targets infrastructure development in Manilao, specifically on property designated for the new public hospital. It aims to remove procurement and approval barriers for contracts with the Guam Power Authority, Guam Waterworks Authority, and the Guam Economic Development Authority, ensuring critical utility systems are installed without delay. Leon Guerrero emphasizing that these projects are tied to $100 million in 2021 American Rescue Plan Act funds that must be spent by December 31st, 2026, or they will be forfeited. But on Saturday, lawmakers pressed pause, sending both bills to the Committee on Government Finance and Operations, with public hearings set for September 12th. Committee Chair Senator Christopher Duenas encourages community participation, saying, quote, "The people of Guam deserve a seat at the table before any final decisions are made." The 38th Guam Legislature will reconvene on September 29th when the bills return to the floor. Nevaeh Anderson, KUAM News.
Well, South Korea's leading low-cost carrier, Jeju Air, is suspending flights between Incheon to Guam for the first time in 13 years. The announcement comes amid market instability, especially due to a merger between mega carriers Korean Air and Asiana Airlines. But the Guam Visitors Bureau is seeing strong Korea market growth and says they're committed to boosting arrivals with airline incentives. Mitsuki Hirayama reports.
In an abrupt announcement last week, Jeju Air notified its customers that flights between Incheon and Guam past October have been suspended, and it's undetermined when flights will resume. Korean media outlets reported the airline plans to suspend operations in the Guam-Incheon route until March 28th of next year. It's the first suspension in 13 years aside from the COVID-19 pandemic. The move comes amid market instability, especially due to Korean Air's acquisition of Asiana Airlines, causing mixed reaction from Guam Visitors Bureau President and CEO Regine Biscoli.
We're disappointed that they decided to pause service, but we understand. There's a lot of dynamic competition going on in the market right now, especially because of the merger between Korean Airlines and Asiana. That also involves 3 of their LCCs, or low-cost carriers, Air Busan, Air Seoul, and Jin Air. So lots of change and lots of increased supply coming into the market, which is great for the people of Guam and for travelers that want to visit Guam.
While Jeju Air is suspending flights, other airlines under the mega carrier have recently expanded seat capacity to Guam. GVB says they're seeing a, quote, fast-paced rebound in Korean arrivals from 39,000 monthly seat capacity in June to more than 60,000 in August, a surge officials attribute to airline incentives.
It's really optimistic, and I'm really looking forward to increased seat capacity, but then we have to do our job on the back end, both in Korea and here in Guam, to make sure that we have a good marketing push to make sure those seats are filled.
Although GVB said last week Guam could see fewer arrivals than the projected 1 million mark upon a revised forecast for the upcoming fiscal year. This after senators only appropriated $10 million out of their $11.1 million request to fund airline incentives in the budget bill.
First, just want to thank them so much for their support and agreeing to fund us. Even at the $10 million mark, we're able to put significant programs together and really go after this opportunity and make sure that it's an opportunity that spreads across all areas of our economy and all aspects of our island.
Fiscal Lee emphasizes that while GVB is decreasing their forecast, their target still remains the same.
We're still pushing really hard for that to hit that 1 million visitor mark. It might be a little bit of a different mix depending on carriers that come in and our incentive programs and how they're received. But it's kind of a wait and see game at this point. Again, the budget still has not yet been approved. It's been passed in the legislature, but we're still waiting for final action.
The governor has until this Friday, September 5th, to take action on the budget bill. Matsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Public safety in Tumon is once again under the spotlight after a street fight left one man injured and raised fresh questions about police manpower. Senator Chris Barnett says the problem isn't limited to Tumon, but threatens every precinct across the island. KUAM's Jonagan Charfaris reports.
Just one day after KUAM's story about Guam's Police Chief Stephen Ignacio responding to a letter from Senator Chris Barnett, an all-out brawl broke out in Tumon. Before police could make an arrest, those involved scattered, despite the precincts being only minutes away.
I think, staffing all the precincts around the island to levels that aren't just adequate, but that reflect the risks that our communities are facing.
Barnett says he's not satisfied with Chief Ignacio's assurances. In his letters, the senator recognized progress in hiring new officers, but says relying on the future recruitment cycles is not enough when violence is happening now.
And our chief has to get a little more creative, but I don't think he should touch programs that benefit our youth in the schools like DARE and the different citizen academies. We're doing really hard work with our youth. I think there's other places the chief can pull from, but at the end of the day, all the divisions in GPD are working really hard. So in getting creative, I think we have to look at entities like the Park Police and using the Park Police to augment some of the shortages that we have with Guam Police Department officers.
The senator warns that a diminished police presence in Tumon not only undermines safety for residents and tourists, but also erodes public confidence in law enforcement island-wide.
With insufficient staffing in that area, but there's also a risk to the officers when we have insufficient manpower responding to incidents like that. We shouldn't have these riots and people running amok and lawlessness, and I think that if you just look at that video, it really hits home why I wrote those letters.
For Barnett, the recent brawl proves his point. He says GPD must act decisively to strengthen staffing across all precincts and ensure a consistent, visible police presence where it's needed most. Senator Barnett says he'll continue pressing for immediate action, arguing that waiting for new recruits to graduate is not a solution, but a dangerous delay. Jonagan Charfaris, KUAM News.
Time for a quick break. You're watching KUAM.
Go left.
Better?
Go right.
How about now?
Still nothing. Uh-oh.
Tired of unreliable satellite internet? Switch to GTA Air Fiber. Faster and more affordable than Starlink. Get blazing speeds up to 500 Mbps for just $70 a month with no equipment to buy, free professional installation, and Plume Home Pass Wi-Fi included. Built for Guam, backed by award-winning local support. GTA Air Fiber. Ditch the dish and make the switch.
Win one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. 4, 5, 6 titles, they'll say enough is enough. But when you've won it all 7 times, what's left to say? The trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
I grew up on Guam. Sports shaped who I am. But representing our island on the national basketball team taught me the importance of community. After 10 years in Hawaii, working at Bank of Hawaii, I came home to give back and to lead. At Bank of Hawaii, we're passionate about helping everyone in our community create a better life for themselves and their families to reach their possible. I'm Mike Sakazaki, and I can't wait to help you reach yours.
Anything's possible.
Reach your possible with Bank of Hawaii.
Welcome back to Primetime. She's been healing people for 69 years through traditional medicine. Now, one master Zoamti is being recognized for the lives she's touched and for passing down the practice for future generations. At 89 years old, Sina Rosalia Ferrin Mateo, lovingly called Mama Chai, carries within her a gift and an ancient knowing passed down through generations. With just the gentle squeeze of her hand,
that's what I believe. Cure the person.
This Zoamti, or traditional healer, says she can sense the kind of healing a person's body and spirit may be longing for.
This one. This one, I'm using this for that the oil that I'm using for healing. Surohana is not a business. It's just a healer.
From her deep knowledge of medicinal plants to offering comfort and renewed hope to those facing even the greatest diagnosis, Mama Chai has touched countless lives. But her story of healing is one of reciprocity, rooted first in her own apprenticeship under Zoamti Regina Terlahi.
When I took their children to that old lady that passed me this medicine, and she told me, cure a person with your heart.
And that heartbeat continues in her daughter, Frances Mateo, who she now passes the practice down to.
She would say, Frances, go out there and pick this medicine out there, and I want you to look it. This is for so-and-so, the ears, nose, and mouth.
It's that sharing, in addition to her 69 years of service, that has recently earned her the Guam Masters Award from the Guam Council of the Arts and Humanities Agency.
I watched her in the hut. I observed her. People would come to her and she would tell them, she would touch them and know what they were doing, what they needed to do, and the certain medicine for them to take. I've seen it in my own eyes that giving her the Master's Award for the Master Healer, Saran, she's very well deserving because I've seen it with my own eyes. I hear it from people.
Today, Mama Chai is celebrated as one of Guam's national treasures, a loving link to tradition, healing, and love. Now for a look at your world at home. Here's a rainbow view from Dedido.
Your search for unbeatable internet speeds is over. Visit Docomo Pacific today and sign up for as low as $60 a month. Reliable internet speeds for yourself. Docomo Pacific, better together. Your search for unbeatable internet speeds is over. Visit Docomo Pacific today and sign up for as low as $60 a month so you can experience our fast, reliable internet speeds for yourself. Docomo Pacific, better together.
Go on a journey to discover true health and wellness.
At the Medical City, we bring you expert care, cutting-edge treatments, and personalized wellness programs. From wellness checkups to relaxation retreats, nurture your well-being in a place of healing. Explore the Philippines. Experience the Medical City.
New crafted flats from Pizza Hut are just $5 each till 5 p.m. Choose from 5 handcrafted recipes you won't want to share.
Mom!
And you don't have to. The new crafted flats, just $5 each till 5 p.m. and available till close. Only at Pizza Hut.
Competition is healthy. This we know. And for the first time since 2019, all high schools fielding teams for girls volleyball have combined to compete in a single league. And on a hype first Friday of the regular season, we caught Academy on the road against Tizen and JFK visiting St. John's.
You know, the island's too small to be having two different leagues, so I'm glad that the private and public schools decided to band together and make this happen.
And that's what we're hoping for. They're just trying to do their best, play as hard as they can, and of course, I want them to get some new friendships out of this so that, you know, everybody can learn from each other too.
Exposure is everything, right? Seeing the different plays, a style of play, it's better for the sport. It's only going to continue to grow, and I'm just so happy that it's happening again. After 7 years, it's finally back again.
We're just happy to be back together, playing together, and it's going to be a fun season.
14 teams, 6 each for public and private programs, along with the Federal Guam High Squad and Guahan Academy Charter School, share an exciting schedule to showcase their talents throughout first quarter and fight for the ultimate prize. It's a long overdue change that players and coaches alike are excited about.
I'm just glad that we have the opportunity to see each other again, be in each other's gyms, knowing that we see each other on a calendar to meet each other. I mean, it's phenomenal. And then on top of that, we have the level. The level is all over the place, but then we're seeing that a lot of teams are going to 4 sets, 5 sets. Everything has been just great so far. I'm just so pleased with the fact that we're playing each other and private schools and public schools are finally on the same list again.
You just kind of get tired of playing the same teams. You know, 5 teams, 4 teams, it's just nice to have a variety. And they're friends, you know, they've connected with other players and through club, and so it's nice to actually play with their friends too.
It's honestly really awesome. Like, it's the first time our grade and the grades below us are going to be able to play new people for the first time in a while, so I'm really excited.
Now, a big league means big matches and big challenges. And even though you only have to drive 20 minutes to go anywhere on Guam, there's the fun of traveling to other villages and new schools and experiencing their culture while flying your colors on the road in a hostile environment.
We have a couple girls here that have never been to like GW or Ukadu, and they're finally going to get to there and see those gyms. So we're looking forward to that opportunity.
I think that it's wonderful that the girls get to venture out and even just kind of see the different styles of play. As far as the caliber goes, I think that the fact that we're playing together again, we're only going to get better as a community and as far as a league.
That only makes them better, right? To be in different courts, seeing different home courts and just different environments help them. They have to do different things, right? So maybe the light's dimmer in one gym and they got to just adapt.
Renewed matchups for volleyballers are exciting across the unified league, especially for the ageless sideline generals who now once again go head-to-head with familiar adversaries and old friends.
Playing at St. John's is always a great privilege, playing against this team, playing against Coach Shepard. It's always a good rivalry for the upper Tumon schools.
Coach, that's some real high praise from one of your colleagues, man. I feel the same way about him. One of the best coaches on the island right there.
So these schools, their athletes, their alumni, and their fans have new opportunities, new crowds, new rivalries, new traditions. It's a chance to welcome new opponents into your house, earn respect, and show them, in no shortage of loudness, what your school's unique spirit is all about. Together.
For the past 3 years, we've been playing the same competition over and over, so having new competition makes me really excited to see what our team can do.
There's a lot of big names with even girls that are on the junior national team, but it's seeing other faces that I haven't seen before, or maybe just in the community, and now that I'm seeing them more regularly.
Getting them to that level, expectations are a lot higher, and just keep playing at a pace that they're not used to playing.
Thank you. Go Knights.
Is your child having difficulty walking, talking, playing and learning like other children? As parents, we ask ourselves, what should I be doing?
If you are worried about your child's development, the Guam Early Learning Council is here to help. Simply dial 311 Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., excluding holidays, to get resources and valuable information.
Get set to face the school year with Kmart's A+ deals for every grade. Crush the classroom with unbeatable deals on school supplies, plus tasty snacks and drinks that are perfect for packing lunches and powering through the school day. College bound? Get campus ready with dorm essentials like bedding, organizers, and cool touches to make it yours. Teachers score everyday discounts on classroom essentials to spark every student's success. Move to head of the class only at Kmart. Kmart, back to school, back to cool.
I thought you worked in his house.
Oh, I'm wherever he needs to fuel up. Oh, Cantina chicken burrito.
Thanks, Todd.
That's the way to do it.
You know what? Let me actually get something to wash that down with, please.
Yeah, I got you.
Easy. Appreciate it.
You've made a powerful enemy, Todd. I didn't mean
Giving Every Tuesday is brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love.
Ooh, we got a zombie run. Wow, this looks cool. Hi, you guys.
Hafaday Guam. Gina and I just want to remind you of the zombie run scheduled for October 11 at the Leo Palace Resort. You don't want to miss it.
Come on down, have some fun, help a worthy charity, and we'll see you there on October 11th.
Here we have Francis Guerrero and May Campos, who are the brains. Brains.
The brains.
Zombie run. Okay, this is what, zombie run number 3, number 4?
4.
4. Have we hit 4 years? We're in our senior year.
We sure are.
Okay, guys, what has it meant putting this together? But we all know that Remax is one big family, but I mean, this is truly like a event where you guys all really pull together and really do this for the community.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, the Children's Arc has been around. Now we're very proud to say we're 4 years old. We've helped a lot of people with grants, to help for medical. Our mission also includes helping for housing and helping for even legal issues for families whose children are very much impacted by the things that happen within their families. So the Zombie Run is part of what we do to help fund these grants. And May can talk to you a lot more about that.
Okay, and May, it's not just the run itself. I mean, the run is kind of like the star of the show, but there's also so many things for people of all ages to do.
Yes, absolutely. It's really become this huge, spooktacular event is what we're calling it.
You guys got to trademark that.
Yeah, with the great help of the Guam Running Club, of course. You're right. It's a sunset run. That is the highlight. It's
Uncle Richard.
Yeah, yes, of
Richard
course.
Teitigli.
Those guys do so much for the community as well. So it's a 2K, 5K. But we do open up our event at 3 p.m. and the race starts at 5 p.m. And we're going to have food trucks. Ma's Kitchen's going to be there, as well as Happy Food Trucks. And we have a haunted house, which is going to be run by the FDROTC group this year. So we're super, super excited about that.
They're pumped to do that, so it's
Very
going to
nice.
be a good one.
We're also having a dunking booth. That's a new one this year. And of course, guess who's going to be dunked? Some zombies. So we're very excited about that. Please don't forget to also...
Can I pay extra to try and dunk Gina?
Oh, yeah, we
She's
should
never
definitely
She's never going to let me get away with it.
Oh,
But
for sure.
then in return, you take your turn being a zombie in the dunk booth.
There you go. Fair deal. See?
Yes,
we're doing business here at Remax.
We're super excited about that. Please don't forget to come in your Halloween costumes. There is a Halloween costume contest, and we are giving away free snow cones, popcorn, and this year we're also having a free face painting.
I want to say, Francis, the Halloween costume contest the last 3 years has been such an island institution. I mean, and people really, really go all out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Spider-Man a bunch of times. I saw Iron Man. I saw Super Mario. I saw
Flash. He's always there.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think the number one most trending costume is going to be? Because I think last year was Barbie, right?
Ooh, K-pop Demon Hunters, maybe. Hopefully.
There you go.
You'd have to have kids to know that.
Yeah, so what was the most popular one last year? I want to say it's Barbie.
I can't remember. There's so many different ones. Old, new ideas, adults, kids.
You know the funny thing with our costume contest, what makes it so unique, we have people of so many different ages that run in this thing. So they get creative within their own aura of what, makes them happy. So some of the costumes that come out, you'll be surprised.
Yeah. Now, of course, May, this is all about giving back to the community that we love so much. Now, if there are student groups, because you talked about FD's ROTC,
yes.
The Navy is coming out and they do amazing community service. But what if there are like other student groups, because we're back to school, that want to get service learning?
Yes, thank you, Jason. So yeah, any schools out there, principals, teachers who might be interested in your group doing community service, please do reach out to us. You know where to find us.
Yeah.
And we'd love to, have you guys be included in our spooktacular event.
Yeah, and Francis, you tell me this like all the time, caring for our community is infectious in the best way possible, because that's enough Malik right there.
Oh, absolutely. And we see it already in the last 4 years. I mean, the grants that we've given, the people that we've helped, just their overall reaction, and now they're starting to tell other people, so that's a great thing.
Okay.
We're getting a lot of word out there about us.
Okay, but everybody please bring your best costumes, bring your appetite, because there's a lot of good food, and just, make sure, don't mind the zombies, because, they're just wandering around and everything like that, but they do kind of like chart the course, and you bring your compassion for our island, because that's what it's really about helping kids.
Yes, thank you so much, Jason. Thank you. See you guys October 11 at the Leo Palace.
Yep, join us. Don't miss it. It's going to be a really good event.
Giving Every Tuesday is brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. News Bites is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Better Together, Fresco Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas, and the Guam Army National Guard. Live here, serve here.
Okay, everybody, football season is back, man. I am so stoked because this past weekend, my team won. We got one in the win column, everybody. Go blue. And speaking of colors, right, we got to make sure to clean up Guam, right? Because I'm a northern boy, right? I like my skies blue, I like my jungles green, and I like my dirt red. And we are all going to gather together as an island family for the International Coastal Cleanup. All of us from all villages are all going to get together. We're going to make sure that we keep Guam pristine because our island is so beautiful, and let's keep it that way, you guys. So make sure to register, make sure to get involved, and if you're a student, this is the perfect opportunity for you and your school and your club to get service learning points. All right. Also coming up is the Zombie Run. Speaking of cool things to do, that's going to happen on October 11th over at the Leo Palace, so make sure to head over. It is an incredible opportunity to have some fun. Bring the kids. There's face painting, there's a haunted house, there's free cotton candy, there's free popcorn, and there's the run. So you are going to have like a lot of fun. You're probably going to see some zombies too. There's maybe a few ghouls hanging around over there at Leo Palace, which is always a good time. All right, speaking of amazing colors, have you ever seen dragon fruit in real life? It's beautiful. And there's a dragon fruit workshop, and you can find out how to take advantage of this incredible fruit, the superfruit, and what it can do for you. Lots of health benefits that you can get from it, and we want to make sure that you know how, and my friends over at the UOG Land Grant Extension Service are going to teach you that very topic. All right, and back to football now, all right, because I'm super, super excited, right? Big game coming up on September the 5th. This is going to be the Dallas Cowboys and the defending world champion Philadelphia Eagles. Game of the week coming up, so I want all you guys to tune in. There's a lot of Cowboys fans locally. Hey, my boy Rui Karen, right? FD class of 91. Shout out to Rui. He's a hardcore Dallas fan, so I know he's going to be watching. And then Coach Chris Shepard over at St. John's, he's going to be cheering on his EAGLES Eagles. And if you're a Cowboys fan or Eagles fan, we want you to do exactly the same. All right, we want you to stay tuned now because we got birthdays coming up right now.
It's the day after Labor Day, but that is never too late to say happy birthday to some of our wonderful neighbors and happy belated birthday to Rosalie Joe, who turned 3 this year. Your family says, Rosalie Joe, we love you to the moon and back. You are getting extra hugs from a very, very proud grandma. Isaiah Ben Igros, happy birthday to the oldest of my boys, finally a teenager. Hey, awesome. 13 is a great year. I love you forever and ever, says your very proud mom. 54th birthday wishes going out to Jerome Untalan, Dad and Papa. You are not just a father, you are the living embodiment of dad jokes. And they also say, ha ha ha. God bless you always. We love you from the entire family. And a very heartfelt happy birthday to Anna Marie Marçal Augustine from your parents, Ray and Joanne, husband Troy, kids Maya and Tony, and all of the family. They say you are so loved today and always. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com.
And that's your primetime show. Thanks for watching. I'm Destiny Cruz-Lingus. Have a good evening.
Health, Home, and Lifestyle is brought to you by The Medical City, your trusted partner in health.
Hafide Guam, I'm Jason Salas, and welcome to Health, Home, and Lifestyle, where it is football season, and we have a bunch of stuff to show you how to live a happy and healthy island life. Got a great show for you this week.
House to Home, presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
Half a day, everybody, and welcome to House to Home. And whenever you get a chance to talk to Catherine Castro, it is a blessing. It is a wonderful opportunity because you are going to get very, very honest, very, very pragmatic insight on our business community. And as president of the Guam Chamber of Commerce, her voice is very, very much appreciated. And, you know, everything that's going on with the business privilege tax and the rollback and the, you know, the various discussions back and forth between the private sector and the government, we're very, very pleased and privileged to have Kathy here. So half a day, Kat, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Half a day. What a pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
All right. So Liz, you actually invited Catherine here because I know you guys, you know, being private sector leaders, probably dialogue on a regular basis, right? So where are we right now with this whole BPT stuff?
Well, I felt that it was very important. I asked Catherine, Tay is the chairperson for the chamber, but he was unavailable. And of course, Catherine is always a joy to have. She's, as you said, she's got this beautiful voice. We have to put that.
Everybody, of all of us in media, all the reporters are trying to fight over trying to get a quote from Tay.
Yeah. No, but during the course of the past few weeks, we've been attending the different meetings at the legislature, the different amendments, the different debates that went back and forth. And I know, and there's pushback right now between the budget that was passed, but within the budget, they had the BPT rollback. And the BPT was, Catherine, I think it was 2018 when it was introduced, and that it was a temporary measure for, you know, the government to get back on their feet. And then they were going to change that within a number of years, but it never happened. It's like 8 years later, and we still have it. But Catherine can explain the pros and the cons regarding that. But this whole process is to help our local businesses, and our economy, of course, is affected by that. And many have closed, and she can attest to this. Many businesses have closed because of COVID, and the businesses that remained intact are still recovering and trying to, even in the different businesses we have, trying to hire people is difficult. Some people don't want to go back to work, so prices had to go up. There's so many factors affecting the private business. And I could go on and on about the different things, but Catherine, go for it, girl.
Well, you know, Liz said it all, really, right? It was a promise that it was going to be temporary, and it has remained, they changed it, and it has remained law for the past 7, almost 8 years. And it's time to give back to the private sector. Honestly, you know, the private sector has really tightened its belt. And as you have seen, a number of businesses have either closed or adjusted hours. We have seen our people leave island, right, for better opportunities. So we've had problems with skilled labor, as Miss Liz has mentioned. And, you know, and now is the time where we've got this opportunity where there is surplus. And as you know, Jason, we have every year during budget time have said, hey, you know, you've had the surplus, give it back to the private sector. And this time it was able to work. We obviously have some folks in the legislature that agree with us, and we appreciate them. And so, you know, it's time, and that's what we've got. And we're actually telling everybody, hey, if you know the governor, or if you can send messages to the governor to really encourage her to that bill that they passed, there's a lot of things in there that are in her favor. And so we're just asking her to, please sign that bill.
Kathy, are you seeing a greater impact from the BPT and the proposed, the rollbacks, the movement from 5 to 4 and all that stuff? Are you seeing a greater impact being felt by the small businesses or particular sectors or even like particular industries? Or, is it, I mean, across the board, everybody's being affected by it, but are there any particular types of businesses that are hurting a little bit harder than others?
I would say that every business is hurting in one way or another. Because you have to remember that during the pandemic, right, it was the businesses, and since then, it was the businesses that had adjustments to their business model, to what they've had to do to be able to keep their doors open. It's the private sector that has had to make all of those changes, right? So, when we went to the legislature, a lot of the things the senator says was, can you guarantee that the prices will go down? No, we can't, because there have been so many things that have happened that, have impacted the cost of doing business on Guam, right? And so here's this opportunity, that these businesses have. They could give back to their employees. They could improve, whatever it is that they need to do at their place of business, right? Or they could, save it for a rainy day. And these are things that maybe a lot of businesses have not been able to do over the span of the past 7 to 8 years, right? And so what we're asking is give them reprieve, right? Because what happens is when you can allow private sector to thrive and to flourish, my goodness, then you'll see government coffers grow, right? But we have to provide that opportunity for the private sector.
It might be also worth noting, ladies, that I remember one thing that we learned during COVID. I mean, there were a great many pains that all of us felt, some more than others, and certainly everybody incurred some sort of loss from that. But one thing that I remember about the COVID years was that there were a lot of very, very talented workers. And Kathy, you were just mentioning like skilled workers who just basically said that was the biggest brain drain Guam ever had. Is some people were like, okay, well, I'm gonna go try it in the States.
Yeah.
And what we're finding,
Did we actually see a correlation of that with the BPT too?
Well, and with the high cost of construction, even the limited number of houses available, what are people looking at? And we start to ask, and what they're looking at is relocating to places where there are jobs. They're relocating to places that the housing market, or at least prices, are affordable. So, I mean, it is an issue across the nation, but for Guam, if you want to sustain any business who wants to sustain themselves, number one, they have to keep their budget. They have to look at their expenses. And if it doesn't work, they cut somewhere. And the government entities right now get their monies from the private sector. You kill the private sector, that kills the government. There's limited federal funds that could go around that they can utilize, but the sustaining force is what? The private sector. So we're a critical component in the flourishing, but at the same time, I think it's been said a number of times, you have to be accountable for your finances. And for us, if I don't have money in my account, I have to let an employee go. I can't make payroll. I can't pay rent. So these are factors that we have to live by day to day. And if you're looking at another entity from the government standpoint, it's a little different. It's a different perspective that they have. So again, we all have to work within our means and try to make so there's a balance between government and a balance between the private.
How have the last like 4 to 6 weeks been like in terms of like with those tense conversations, Catherine, down at the chamber and everything? I mean, I know you guys are speaking with a unified voice, but these are still pretty heavy conversations to have.
For sure, they're very heavy, and it has been extremely, I don't know, stressful. I guess I'm not. Believe it or not, I'm not political. And so having these tough conversations has been difficult. But, we have always remained strong, right? We have held the line for our local businesses. They don't have to be members of the chamber, right? We held the line for every single business here on Guam because every single business deserves it. I was driving through my village. I live in Dedadu. I'm not ashamed. I don't mind telling people that. And I was surprised.
Me too. Ipapa Estates right here.
Good for you. I was surprised to see one of the local mainstays, village markets, was closed. Just like over the past couple of days, I was
I know
really
what you're talking about.
surprised.
Yeah.
And I was like, my goodness, another business has closed. And you know what? I mean, we don't want to see this happen, right? These businesses have been mainstays in our community. We look forward to, grabbing something on the way home, right, from these businesses. And my concern is like, goodness, we just heard over the weekend that there's some issues with postal service to Guam and to CNMI, right? So we're going to rely more heavily on what is available here in Guam, right? And we want to have as much, variety of products and services here as we can. So we want to be able to say, look, Guam is a great place to do business, right? And one of the things is that, the BPT is 4%.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
Yeah, that's something, Kathy, because it just dawned on me. Sitting in the chair that you're sitting, you're also dealing with, and you're being the advocate and the voice, obviously, for the incumbent business community. The business owners that have been in operation, as you said, for years and years and years. At the same time, you're also inspiring the next generation, the ones just coming out of UOG and GCC who have that entrepreneurial spirit and say, I want to do something. I have an idea I believe that I can bring to fruition, as well as, maybe military families come stationed out here and they want to open up a business. How do you actually convince them that, as you said, yes, Guam is a great place to start, to run, to maintain a business, and hopefully let it be a thriving one at that.
Right. And so, I have to say that, opening a business is not an easy task here on Guam, right? To go through the business license process. Liz is smiling. She knows these things, right? And just that whole process of doing that. And I have to give kudos to the GUTMA, the program that Lori Okada and the Guzmans are a part of, and I'm pretty sure there's more folks that are a part of that. But they walk these folks through every step of the way and have provided them with all these resources in order for them. And there have been really good, sustainable businesses that have come from the GUMA program. And we advocate for that, right? But, we get businesses that call on us from off island, right? And they come here, they take a look at, they see the opportunity. They see the opportunity, but when they take a closer look, right, and they check, they check how much things cost here. They check at how fast things move here, and then they determine, is this really for my business? And we have seen people say, it's beautiful here, but we're going to look someplace else because of this, and this.
You start to do the math and you work out the spreadsheet and it doesn't add up.
Exactly. So we have to make those changes in order for people to come to Guam and say, look, this is worth it. We want to hire people. We want to hire people at a good salary, right? We want to improve the quality of life for our people, right? And how do we do that? Is we have to bring in, these people that are willing to pay these salaries, that are going to provide good jobs for people, right? So it is an interesting seat to be sitting in, especially over the past 10 years. Remember, before COVID, we were already seeing a drop. Okay, I mean, you could ask Liz. This is a fact. If you take a look at all of the numbers from the past, we were already seeing things start to slow down, and COVID just really hurt us in a huge way.
And there was Typhoon Dolphin right before that too, which, there's that.
And the typhoon since, and
YouTube, and Mawar.
And then just, we're just trying to crawl our way back out, right? So we just need a helping hand. That's all we're asking. We're asking for a hand up. And I think that it's not a lot to ask. It really isn't.
Okay, Liz, from the chair that you're sitting in now, how do you guys rally and how do you kind of circle the wagons, if you will, and everything like that, and and give Kathy and her staff the support that they're asking for?
Well, what we've been doing is attending the legislature. We do have our Guam Association of Realtors Legislative Committee, our Government Affairs Committee. So we're staying at the pulse of what goes on, and we provide testimony both from the Guam Association and also on a personal matter. I do provide testimony because I feel like I'm not going anywhere. Guam is my home, and we travel quite a bit around, but there's nowhere close to what we have here on Guam. So it's very important for each of us in the community to protect that. And in order to do that, we have to express our voice, attend the legislature hearings, look at all the different bills that come out, give your input. And of course, we're in alignment with the chamber in terms of we're all in the private sector and we all want to make our island better. And if there's something that's disconcerting or inappropriate, like some of these amendments that they were making were ridiculous, I thought. I don't know what others think about it, but trying to tax the people that are making more money, come on, give me a break. Jason, if you're making $1 million, what does that do? You make $1 million, it just means you have payroll, you have rent. It doesn't mean that that's your net that you've made. So to target businesses that are making over $1 million, and then they even looked at the stats and say, 168 are making over $1 million, and some of them, making much, much more than that. Let's target them. Well, what if you're the one making it and you've got a big payroll, you've got salaries, payroll? There's more to that amount.
Yeah. Also, what industry are you in? Because no disrespect to like any particular industry, but it's a lot different if you're a company that works in like the sciences and you have an R&D team as opposed to like a retailer. I mean, it's just two different cost structures.
In the private sector, we look at our overall budget. We look at if you're renting properties and you're managing it, you need to set aside monies to cover your maintenance. And if you look at the government, I haven't really scrutinized it, but a question was asked, how much of the government budget is payroll? And the response was close to 90%. Well, what happens to the maintenance of the school? What happens to the maintenance of the hospital? What happens to all these government buildings that have gone downhill and no maintenance, no budget for it? They never kept that budget intact to take care of it. Or John has this theory. He says it's the coconut or these little shells on the beach. When the crab grows, it moves to another shell. And when they get too big for that, they keep moving. Well, it seems that is happening. The pool, what's happening to the pool in Agania? What happened to the pool in Harmon? What happened to the hospital? It's a shame to go to any of these facilities. So a budget, maintenance, you got to balance it. If that's a private sector, you're already out of business.
Okay, and for you students watching right now, that was Liz Duenas sharing what we on Guam call the economic duk-duk theory. When the hermit crab gets too big, it moves to a different place. It works perfectly.
That's a John Duenas theory. I mean, he loves to that analogy, but it is true. You have to take, if you have your home and you want to sell it later, what happens? You have to maintain it, keep upgrading it so that you can get better value later. And then you move and build up on that. If you don't maintain it, you don't get much value from that home in the end. And who's to blame? No one else.
You know what? Let's end on a very positive note, because I mean we are very optimistic about the future, and and as Kathy's leadership has provided, I've said this for years and years and years. I've interviewed her so many times, and she has always said, stay the course, tighten your purse strings, get a little bit tough, get a little bit creative, and we'll make through this together. Those are the words that got us through COVID, right? Catherine, I'd like to give you the honor of saying, knowing what you know and talking to who you talk to. We like to do predictions on this on the show, right? What are maybe some new lines of business that you're seeing that will become more common on Guam, or what are some of the new operations that people could set up in the near future?
There's so much opportunity, Jason. I mean, you can just imagine the world is open to all of this possibility, right? We love food. We love AI stuff. We love, we want experiences, right? And if anybody has the wherewithal, including the resources, to be able to provide something like that, you would be in a wonderful place. You live in America, in Asia, here on Guam, right? And so you have a captive audience of 150,000 people. So I tell you, we can do a lot of things if we can make it easy.
House to Home, presented by RE/MAX Diamond Realty.
Get yourself ready for a trip through McDonald land. There's fish shaped volcanoes, you'll even find a French fried veg. But just turn around and see if you won't find a hamburger patch. As a handful.
Come get the new Mount McDonaldland shake when you order the McDonaldland meal.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo Select Care.
Half a day and happy National Wellness Month. I'm Claire Calvo, and I'm here in Tamuning at Sinhalem with two of the co-creators, Jelena Santos and Tassi Petticord. Buenas, ladies.
Hello, hello.
Good morning. Thank you for allowing us to come into your space. So if I could first explain for those who don't understand, what exactly is Sinhalem?
So Sinhalem is a Chamorro word, and the idea is kind of surrounding inner knowing, and that when we were thinking about what did we want the space to mean and what did we want it to bring to the community, it was a reminder that we innately know what's best for us, and to listen to that inner knowing and to that voice within us in order to kind of figure out where we fit in the world, or how to find the people we want to fit with.
Yes.
So that inner knowing and really listening to that is so important when we're told a lot of times not to listen to ourselves, or someone else knows better, or something knows better. And it was just kind of a good reminder for me too.
Right.
To kind of be like, for all of us,
yeah.
to be like, yeah, no, that feeling that you have in your body that's a little bit off, listen to that. That's your body's telling you something.
So I would imagine this space offers services, classes that are congruent with that. So what are some of the different classes that you offer?
So we offer, a lot of it is very yoga based, because yoga is also a form of somatic movement and somatic healing. And we have classes Monday through Sundays to work with everybody's bodies. And Jelena, she offers Rise Up and Break Open, and I'll have her talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
So
Rise Up, Break Open is a weekly Saturday morning class that I teach at 8 a.m. and it's designed to help people sort of let go of the week that just passed and to prepare themselves for the week ahead. It's a lot of heart opening. We do some free writes in the beginning, at the end, and we do affirmations and things like that. So it's definitely a chance for people to go inside and reflect a little bit on the week, and then also just reflect on what they want to call in for what's coming.
So other than yoga, what are some of the other services and classes?
So we do have workshops that we offer, and one of them is we call it Yin and Yang, or the Art of Touch. And so that is couples focused to develop a little bit more intimacy with partner movements and guided meditations and things like that. We also offer, like I said, we're primarily yoga based right now.
So when I looked at the website, I was telling Jelaine earlier, I saw it was I love the fact that it's co-creator. So I was asking her, so is this kind of like a co-op type?
So the whole idea behind it was I, as a practitioner, wanted a space that I could call my own. And I also wanted to create a space that other people just starting out or looking for different spaces could come in and share their magic, because everybody has their own magic, and it's so important for us to be able to share that. So we have some teachers, we have some, or I prefer to call everybody guides, because we're just here to support you along your journey.
Well, next month is National Yoga Month.
Yes.
Do you guys have anything planned for that?
So we do. So we'll be slowly rolling out some of those items over the next week or so. And we do have kind of an intro to yoga free workshop on the 7th and the 14th. It'll be about an hour and a half, and it'll be